Cafecito time. Cafecito time. Cafecito time. Cafecito time. Cafecito time. Get low, get low, get low, get low, the window to the wall. Low, get low to the window to the wall. Hey, welcome to the Cafecito Time podcast. First of all, you know the drill. Sub. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, do that so you know when the new videos are coming out, and like the videos, and also share it with somebody that you know. Share it with someone that can relate to it, with someone that might need a little something something, because that is the mission of DD Self Love. It is to motivate, inspire, and empower women, people to love themselves inside and out and be confident. Find that confidence within you, right? So, today's message is going to be short and sweet. And there is power in short and sweet. Can I get an amen? Can I get an ashe? Because seriously, have you ever asked for advice, or maybe you didn't ask for advice, but like someone says something to you that just like hit you, but it was like either one word or it was just a sentence, and you're like, huh, hold up. That makes sense. Can you say that again? Like, can you repeat that for the ones in the back? Because it was that good. So I love short and sweet messages. Because they can teach you so much. So today we only have one card. That is what Spirit gave me. And the card is a motivation. We're going to get right into it. And we'll talk about that here in a second. I do want to let you know that I am, this is so exciting. I am publishing my second book this month coming up, okay, March. And I'm super duper excited about that. So I'll be sharing a little bit about that as well. And I just want to tell you that, like, everything that I do, everything that I post, whether you came from TikTok, Instagram, or whatever, like everything that I post is to empower and to help others. That is the whole purpose of my brand. And so when it comes to my writing, it was never something that I thought that I would be sharing with the world, because writing was like my little thing. It was like my thing that no one really knew about, and I did it for me, right? But Spirit spoke, God spoke, the universe spoke, and I listened. And so now I'm sharing my writing with the world, with you guys. And I have been writing since I was a little girl. I really started writing poems when I was 12, 13 years old. And it was just my way of opening up, and because I was a very quiet and shy person, like I've told you before. And so that was like my way of being able to express myself, kind of my way of like letting it out. That's why I'm a huge, like, I'm all for journaling. I always tell people, like, write stuff down, because you will be surprised of what that can do for you if you just write your feelings down, or you just, it's a different way to process things, right? And it really does help with like emotions and being vulnerable and stuff like that, because you don't just want to sit in your vulnerability, and you don't want to bottle things up, like I've said before. And so when you write, it's almost like you're releasing things as well. So anyways, I went on a little rant there, not a rant, but I get passionate with certain things. And so I just wanted to update you all on that. So it is about heartbreak. It is about love, heartbreak, and healing from that, specifically anyone that has been in narcissistic relationships, and so, or toxic relationships. And so I'm looking forward to what it's going to do for people. And with that being said, let's jump into motivation. Like, even just like transitioning from what I just shared with you. Imagine you've been through maybe heartbreak, or you've been through like a really messed up situation, right? And now you're out of that and you're trying to find motivation. You're trying to get back on track. Because the truth is that a lot of times when we go through stuff, we fall off. And some of us, it's hard to get back up. Like, can I get an amen? Can I get an ashe? Sometimes it's hard getting back up. It's like, OMG, and finding that motivation. Like, how do you find that self motivation? Because, you know, other people can believe in you, other people can motivate you, they can support you, but you still have to make the decision to want to do it, right? No one can hold your hand or force you to do anything. And so that self accountability and that self awareness and self motivation has to develop through you, right? It's inside of you. So this card today, motivation, what spirit is saying is, let's go, let's get back on track. And if you just weren't on track, period, then let's go ahead and let's find the motivation, right? Let's get there, because a lot of us also have all of these aspirations or dreams of things that we want to do, right? And the only thing missing is this: the motivation. That's it. That's the only thing. And it's like, can you imagine where you would be or what you would be doing if you just got this one thing, which is the motivation? But again, it starts with you. And so I'm gonna tell you what I'm going to. I hope that you take it and apply it, because this is the sole purpose of today's message. I'm gonna tell you one thing when it comes to motivation, and I really am hoping that you truly listen and you take this. It's called self-awareness, which I already mentioned. That you have to be self-aware. You must learn how to be self-aware. Find out what's going on. Why aren't you motivated? Why don't you want to do it? Are you just being lazy? Is it fear? Like, what is it? Because once you are self aware, now you can move on to self accountability, right? When you are aware of what's happening, then you can just focus on, what action am I going to take? And now let me hold myself accountable and take that action. And that's it. And next thing you know, you got the motivation. And once you start getting your groove, right? You start getting into the groove, or you start getting your groove back, then it's like there's no stopping you, right? And so, how do we get there? You have to find out what's going on. Self-awareness. I'm going to be honest with you. Like, for me, it was like, I love the gym. I absolutely love it. You guys know I love sharing stories. So I'll share the story with you. I love the gym, and I was stuck in a toxic relationship, and I fell off, man. Like, that was on me. I did. And I hadn't been to the gym consistently like I used to. I used to wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning, and I was at the gym by 3:30. I mean, like I was killing it. I was feeling so good, mentally, emotionally, physically, everything, right? And so I fell off and I wasn't doing that anymore. I hadn't done it in almost 2 years. And I was like, dude, like, this is not okay. What's going on? And I'll be honest with you, I was very self aware of what the problem was. The problem was that I was being lazy. That's it. Like, you got to be real with yourself. When it comes to like self-awareness and self-accountability, there's no sugarcoating. There is no, like, you have to be honest with yourself. Like, be for real. And that's what it was. I was lazy. I knew I had the motivation because I've done it. I've done it for a very long time and I loved doing it. It wasn't that I didn't love it or anything like that. It was just that I was being lazy and I was unmotivated. Like, I just didn't want to go. I was having a hard time mentally getting up and just going and taking that action. So one day I was sitting down and I was like, yo, you really not doing this because you lazy? Like, I started talking to myself. It was like my self awareness was like, girl, knocking on my door, like, hey, are you for real right now? So when you are self-aware and you find out the reason, then it's just so much easier to hold yourself accountable. And there's gonna be tough love involved in there. There's gonna, you're gonna have to, like, put your big girl panties on and then go do what you gotta do, right? Or put your big boy underwear on and go do what you gotta do, right? And so that is how you get to eventually getting that groove and becoming motivated. Okay. But it does take self awareness and self accountability. And there's nothing wrong with support. Like, if you have support, if you have help, if you have people that are like willing to motivate you and be there with you and start with you with whatever, any area of your life, whatever it is that you're trying to do, not necessarily, try to get to the gym because you're lazy like me. Maybe it's something else. Use those people, allow those people to help you and motivate you. But ultimately, the decision is yours and you must be self aware. And one of my favorite ways to practice self awareness, which I already kind of shared with you, is through writing. So, journaling, listening to music that is empowering, because I don't know, it's something about music. Like, music heals, music can do so many things for you. And one of the things that it does for me is, like, when I listen to empowering music, I get motivated. I'm like, man, no, like, and then I'm like, okay, no, this is what I gotta do. Like, what's going on? Like, okay, this is what we're gonna do. Da, 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 da. And then I go and I do it and I take action. So it's about also finding tools while you are practicing that self awareness. You are aware of, hey, I'm just being lazy, or hey, maybe I feel X, Y, and Z. I need to ask for help. I need support. I need this. I need that. And then go and take that action, right? So that is how you will ultimately find that motivation all over again. But you must be self aware, start holding yourself accountable, get support, if you have people to hold you accountable as well, and use tools. We're always, so, like, there are just so many free resources and tools for us out there, especially with technology and social media. Like, listen, get on Pinterest, girl, what, get on, like, YouTube, get on YouTube and search up videos, like, about whatever it is that you're trying to do. We At the end of the day, you're the one that has to take the action. The motivation is there, but you're not using it. Let me say it again for the ones in the back. The motivation is there, but you're not using it. So, again, becoming self aware, then practicing self accountability, that's when the motivation will come. And after that, it's like, who gonna stop you? Right? Only you can stop yourself. I hope that this resonated with you. Until next time.